From that day on, I started visiting Yamato more frequently. In the beginning, it was once every few days. Now, I've been going there every night. It feels like we're closer than we were when we lived together in the hideout. I'm the only one Yamato can talk to. He needs me. The thrill of our secret binds us together. That sounds a little dangerous. And done! I did a pretty good job, if I do say so myself. I finish making lunch for everyone. I look upon the mountain of sandwiches and sigh in satisfaction. Yamato said he doesn't need to eat, but a life without food is so boring. I'll put it in a lunchbox and bring it to him later. I opened the dinnerware cupboard and found a container, but then I spot Karasuba coming into the living room.
Hot damn, I'm famished! Food ready yet, Benny?
Yeah, I just finished. Let me get it on a plate. Just a sec. Karasuba raises an eyebrow at the sight of all the sandwiches.
Isn't this a bit much?
What?
There's way more here than we need. Why'd you make so many?
Oh, I was pretty hungry, so I'm gonna eat a lot. Did I sound too unconvincing? I don't feel like he knows about Yamato. He looks right at me, and I'm taken aback.
Benny Yuri. Could it be? Could it be that you're a food monster? You know, you'll get fat if you eat too much.
What?
Although, I wouldn't mind you being a little curvier, so I wouldn't say no to seeing you put on a little more weight.
Thanks. Maybe you should start working out, Mr. Skinny boy. Don't be such a creep.
Aw, look at you getting all embarrassed. Cute.
After he's done prodding at me, Karasuba heads back to the living room. You're not fooling me for a second. I know you're shrewd. That was close. I need to pay closer attention.
Benny Yuri.
Ah, yes? Suddenly, the sound of another voice startles me.
You cook too slowly. You need to think of efficiency when you're in the kitchen. The ingredients won't be as fresh if you take this long.
Sorry. Well, if you're worried about that, why don't you offer to help next time? Hikage glances at me, then leaves the room. Yeah, I know you know too. Why, today of all days, is everyone checking up on me so much? It's freaking me out. Really? No Kaguya? Alright. Later that night, I silently tiptoe out of my room, clutching the box of food I've prepared for Yamato. Okay, all clear. Now's my chance. Tiptoe. I continue to tiptoe through the living room to the door and reach for the door handle. At that moment... Busted!
Where do you think you're going at this hour?
I whirl around to see Hikage leaning against the wall. Of course you're leaning against the wall. No way! How? There was nobody there earlier. He's the master of the house.
I know you've been going out at night lately. What are you doing out there, putting yourself at risk? And why are you doing it behind our backs?
His sharp glare pierces through me. I can't move. I cower under his cold gaze. What am I going to do? He's got me. I thought I was being so careful.
Benny Yuri.
Well... For a brief moment, I consider confessing the truth about Yamato. Hikage is his brother. Perhaps it would be better if he knew the truth. But... he asked me not to, specifically.
And... I don't want you to tell Hikage or the others that you saw me here.
I remember Yamato's words and quickly change my mind. I can't tell him. Yamato must have his reasons. Oh, I lost something, so I've been going out to look for it.
You lost something.
Yeah. It was my mistake, so I wanted to solve it on my own without bothering anyone else.
Uh-huh.
I'm so clumsy, right? I hate that about myself. I hide the box of food behind my back and smile at him. His eyes look over me with suspicion. After some time, he lets out a massive sigh.
Are you stupid? You know how dangerous the manor is at night.
I know.
Do not go out alone any longer. If you're looking for something, do it during the day. Got it?
Yes. I'm sorry. Urging me back to my room with his eyes, I reluctantly turn and go back. I can't see Yamato tonight. I guess I should be grateful that Hokage didn't figure it out. As I climb the stairs, I look back and notice that Hokage is glaring at me. Gulp.
Benny Yuri? Oh, just a butterfly. Damn it. The hell am I? A dog waiting for master to come home.
Well, I mean, that has been kind of the theme so far.
I miss her already. You expect to be forgiven for your crimes. Ugh! Was that the rain? Or am I hearing things?
Oh no, I got a bad feeling. Oh no. This is bad news bears. Bad news bears. From that day forward, Hokage has been keeping me under close watch. He wakes earlier than everyone else and hangs around the sofa near the hideout's entrance. Oof. At night, he refuses to go to his room until everyone else has gone to bed. Silently, he blocks my way to Yamato. With every waking moment, I worry myself over Yamato alone in the greenhouse. Even so, I can't make Hokage or the others worry needlessly. The man in the fox mask hasn't come to get me since. Several days go by without me seeing Yamato. Oh, poor Yamato.
She's not coming today either, huh? How long has it been since I last saw her face? Ugh. Shut the hell up. This rain is so damn loud, it's driving me insane. Knock it off already! It's my fault that I want to hear her voice. Was that somebody's voice? Benny Yuri, is that you? You here? Took you long enough. How long were you gonna keep me waiting? I want to hear your voice again. I want your voice to drown out the rain. Hey, Benny Yuri?
I come to a dead stop. It feels like somebody has just called my name. I look around, but can't imagine what it was.
Is something the matter, Benny Yuri? You just stopped short all of a sudden.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. I thought I heard someone calling my name.
Someone? It wasn't me. There's no one else around. Perhaps you're hearing things.
Yeah, you're probably right. Still, I felt the presence of something. I close my ears, trying to listen for it again. You should probably open your ears for that. All I can sense is a ringing feeling, though in my head rather than my ears.
There always seems to be something lurking in this place. I myself thought I saw the silhouette of a person earlier.
You did? Where?
Right at the stairway landing. The instant I looked up, it vanished into the second floor. What could it have been, I wonder? A monster, perhaps? Or someone in a mask?
The first thing that comes to my mind is Yamato.
First thing that came to my mind was Manshiro.
I can't say for certain that it was him. It might be the fox masked person, or it might be an unrelated masked person. But at the moment, I can only think that it was Yamato coming down from the upper floor seeking for someone. Now come to think of it, you did say that.
I don't care about the toys, but I'd be really upset if you couldn't come here anymore. It's nothing. Never mind. It's plenty enough knowing you care. I only need you, nothing else. I just want to see you from time to time.
Yamato tried to hide his face from me back then. He didn't want me to know how lonely he is. I told him I'd come every day, but I'm not keeping my promise. Yamato. I gave up on getting him to come back to the hideout, since I assumed he didn't want the others to see his monstrous form. If that was what he wanted, I would have gladly accepted it. But if you live in solitude the way he does, there's no way you can avoid feeling lonely. As we continued to talk with one another, he slowly started to regain his original form. Even so, there was a sadness behind his smile, and I don't think I was able to accept it. I start to worry. I think Yamato is calling out to me.
Beniuri? We have to be going.
Oh, right. I try once again to search for signs of Yamato. The small portion of the second floor hallway that I can see from here is utterly quiet. Is he gonna turn beastly again? After night falls, I make sure that the other two have returned to their rooms before I bring it up with Hokage. I have something important to say to him.
What is it you wanted to discuss?
Well, you see... Hokage places a bookmark in his book and looks up at me with a sharp expression.
It tells me to hurry up and state my business.
I wanted to talk about Yamato.
Yamato?
I found out where he is.
Ugh.
My heart quavers. I quickly regret saying it. I've broken my promise to him. Is this really for the best? I keep talking, trying to shake off my doubts. There's a greenhouse somewhere in the manor. The entrance is behind a secret door, so it's not easy to find, but I managed to do so a while back. I explain how Yamato was in a monster form when I saw him, and that after talking with him he was able to regain some of his old body, and that I had been sneaking out every night to go and see him. And finally, how he had asked me to keep it a secret. I summarize each point to Hokage, who merely nods and listens. After a short while... So, that's the whole story. I'm sorry I kept it from you for so long. I watch for his reaction. He looks confused, but says nothing. Hokage?
Oh, sorry. You were still talking. I was so shocked that I didn't know what to say. Yamato is safe, you say?
Despite having just learned the whereabouts of his brother, Hokage doesn't seem all that happy. I wonder why. Is he just confused? I haven't seen him in a long time now. I want to know how he's doing. He might be getting worried being up there all by himself. He might have even reverted to his monster form again. After putting my fear into words, I am consumed by it. I need to go see him. That's why I brought it up with you. Please, Hokage, let me go to Yamato. Please. I make my request point blank. Even now, Yamato is on his own, trying to fight off his loneliness. What if something's happened to him? My small worry continues to grow and grow.
And then...
Finally, Hokage responds.
I'll go with you. I'm worried about him same as you. Is it all that strange that I'd want to check on him too?
Well, no. I want to go together, but I don't actually know why Yamato wanted to keep his presence a secret. I wonder if it's a good idea to bring Hokage there.
Oh, right. He wanted you to keep it a secret. He might have his own reasons for that. I'll keep an eye on things from afar. How about that?
I suppose so. Oh, no, this is gonna end so badly. Once I've agreed to his suggestion, Hokage rises from the sofa and begins to walk towards the door. Well, hang on to your butts, everyone. Now he's got his master cape on. We're in trouble.
So this is the secret door. Who knew?
Yeah, it surprised me the first time too. Even once we went out to the hallway, the man in the fox mask never showed up. Maybe he has already given up on me. Or perhaps he has some other reason. Hopefully it's to save his brother. Either way, I was the guide this time. Though my recollection was hazy, I still managed to find my way to the secret door concealing the greenhouse entry.
So, Yamato's been hiding up there. I hope he's still around.
Yeah, it's been a while, so I'm a little worried. Okay, I'm going.
Yeah, I'll wait down here. Call me if anything happens and I'll head there immediately.
Thank you. I start to make my way up the long stairway towards the light at the end of it. Hello? When I finally reach the greenhouse, I can see that it looks the same as it always has. It's as if time has stopped. The green of the low tree cover and the flowers carpeting the ground are beautiful. The sweet smell of plant life fills the area. Hello? Yamato? Are you here? It's Benny Yuri. I'm sorry I haven't been able to come for a while. Yamato? Yamato? I call out to him, but he doesn't respond. I brush aside tree branches as I make my way across the stove pathway to where Yamato usually rests. Yamato, where are you? Are you hiding? Please stop messing with me and come out. I look around, but I can't sense anyone else in the area. That's odd. Normally he comes right out when I call to him. Wait. An odd sense comes over me. I step back to take in the colorful garden once more. Something feels off. What could it be? It looks the same, but something important feels like it's missing. I compare the sight before me to the one in my memory. And before long, I'm shocked by my realization. The white butterflies are gone! They were flying all over, but now they're totally gone! An ominous feeling creeps over me, and I bolt back down the stairs. Once I reach the bottom, I fling the door open and cry out. Hokage! Hokage! He's gone! I can't find Yamato anywhere! What? I'll wait down here. That's what Hokage said. But now he's gone. Not just Yamato, but now Hokage too? Hokage has never left me behind like this before.
You jerk!
I look down both sides of the hallway, but don't see a soul. Hokage? Why? The ominous feeling from earlier continues to wash over me. My instincts are setting off alarm bells in my head. I've got to find them! But how? Where could they be? I start running, paying no mind to where. On and on I turn randomly, seeking my lost friends. Oh no, her worst nightmare. I run and run. Even once my lungs start screaming for air, I keep on running. It feels like I'll never find them again if I stop. Becoming more and more afraid, I wander the manor aimlessly. Oh no, girl. And then, I find what I've been looking for floating in front of a door. The beautiful butterflies that had vanished from the greenhouse. but the wings of these butterflies are jet black. Why are they gathering here? And how come there are so many of them? Is there something there?
Normally I would flee from such a foreboding sight, but I have to know what's behind this door. Do we? Ah, this place. Uh-huh. I peek inside and immediately catch a whiff of what smells like old books. I almost choke on it, but nevertheless I look back and forth carefully.
Is this some kind of study?
Old books line the bookshelves, themselves attached to the walls. Strewn about are numerous stacks of paper, and at the center of the room is an expensive-looking desk. And standing in front of it is Yamato, looking dazed, while he still looks like himself for the most part.
Yamato? What are you doing here?
I immediately push open the thick door and slip into the room. I run over to him, and he slowly looks up.
Oh, Benny Yuri. Back again today.
Huh?
You're so nosy. You come every single day. Don't you ever get sick of it?
Yamato. What?
He smiles unnaturally and lets out a garbled laugh.
He said, again? But we haven't seen each other in days.
Was Hakage pretending to be her? So that's messed up. I look at his face cautiously. His eyes are like an empty, bottomless pit. I fall back a step at the sight of them.
Yamato? Did something happen?
What do you mean?
You're acting strange. Different than usual. I can't really explain it. The strange air about him throws me off.
Strange. I guess I am. The sound of the rain won't stop. The night just won't end.
The night?
Oh yeah. That's my fault too. The rain not stopping. The fact that we can't get out of the manor. The reason Kaz won't wake up. The reason we were all torn apart. It was all my fault. None of this would have happened if I didn't exist.
Yamato, snap out of it! What happened to you?
He walks up to me slowly. He reaches out his arm as if pleading for help. My boy? Oh, he's crying.
No matter how much I wait, he just won't wake up. I can never escape this night.
Yamato, what are you...
The rain. The sounds of the rain. Blame me. And it will continue forever. No one will judge me. How long do I have to stand in the rain?
Judge? You?
I know. The way I said it isn't fair. I was the one who didn't say anything. I'm a natural-born cheater.
I don't understand what you're talking about.
Our bizarre exchange continues. You could hardly even call it a conversation.
Yamato.
I killed my own brother. I thought of that stupid prank and loosened the ribbon. And because of that, he...
Ribbon? I thought Hakage was your brother.
Huh? Hakage? Kazuya is my brother. Kazuya. Oh, Kaz. It's all my fault.
He repeats the unfamiliar name over and over.
You were the last person I wanted to find out. I feel so damn stupid. I didn't want to show this side of me.
I see.
But I wanted you to know. I wanted you to accept everything about me. Otherwise, I'll never be forgiven. I know it's not fair to ask for forgiveness, but... I can't do it anymore! I can't stand it!
I'm listening.
Tears trickle down and off Yamato's face, staining the floor.
The stain spreads, making its way into my heart. Yamato. I don't know what he's thinking. I have no way of knowing what happened to him in the real world. There is one thing I do know. The event that Yamato is blaming himself for is actually my fault. I made him like this. It was a time we should have been together. It was definitely my fault.
It's my fault that he...
It's my fault that Yamato...
Yeah, I'm like, I don't think she's saying family there.
Our emotions overlap in a bizarre way.
Our sense of guilt binds us together. This is true.
I can't stand it anymore.
Yamato.
Oh no. Oh no, we're getting consumed. Consumed by the blackened. Oh no, you guys.
I'll defile you.
I don't care what happens to me, so long as I'm with you, Yamato.
Squeeze me tighter. Crush me. Erase me.
Yamato's arms wrap tightly around my back.
The claws on his fingers pierce my skin, sending blood trickling down. Why have we gone insane? What happened?
I want to be okay. But it's too late.
I know. I want to forget it all too. At this rate, I'll be torn apart by his claws. But I don't care. The sensation of my body being invaded makes me feel utter joy. It makes me feel as though I'm accepting Yamato. This is how we become one. I don't know why, but I feel like Yamato and I were the same in the past. I can't shake the feeling. That's right. He and I were...
Don't leave me behind.
I won't. We'll always be together, Takuya.
Yeah, you're right. Always.
Together like this.
You guys remember each other's names at the end?
Our memories awaken as our bodies dissipate. What will happen to us? How far will we fall? We don't know where this will lead. One thing is for certain. All we wanted was forgiveness. But now, we can plunge into the depths so long as we're together. I give my body up to the current.
What? Sheesh, that escalated quickly to bad ending town. Holy. So, was he just going crazy because of the rain? Did Hokage encourage that along? Where the heck did he go? Why did he come with us? And then disappear? Was it just to increase her despair? Because then she lost 2 people?
So they regained their memories. Well, I mean, he had basically had all his memories, but she regained her memories as they were being consumed by the miasma.
I assume they're going to the abyss together? I guess technically they ended up together, but they just gave in to their guilt and let it literally devour them. I can't believe he like stuck his claws into her and she was just like, this is fine. Huh. Alright. Well, I was not expecting that. I guess I should expect the Psychedelica endings, quote unquote, to not be such happy endings. Which does make sense. I'm definitely looking forward to the Takuya ending now. Yeah, I assume there's no epilogue for that. I mean, unless it's just Hokage laughing maniacally. Last joke's on you, Hikage. The last part of the shard of the kaleidoscope was in her hairpin. Now you're never gonna get it. You're stuck forever. We got dependence and halfway there achievements. Yeah, okay. Definitely not a not an epilogue. I just wanna load in just to look at the flowchart for that real quick. Hold on. Hold on. No. Flowchart. Let me see this. Yeah, man, that was short. Alright, well. There you go. We got Yamato's ending, everybody. Curious to hear your thoughts on that. That was definitely a depresso espresso right there. And I'm not sure why I expected anything different, honestly. Alright, well, with that, next time we're jumping into Takuya's ending. So let's hope for a happier ending next time around. I'm sure there's going to be still some bittersweet sadness to it all because that's what this game is good at. But it should be at least a slightly bit more happier than what we just saw. So yeah, I will see you then, guys. Thanks very much for joining me. Until next time.